This is Tammy Basque, and you are listening to Life Coach Life, the podcast, episode number 19. Hey, how's it going, everybody, on this gorgeous November day? Don't you love this month? Oh my gosh, it's one of my favorites. Some of you know that excuse me, I've been going back and forth caring for my mom, and I have not taken on any new clients. But the great news is I'm working on a new program, and it's pretty outstanding. It's called the Get Real for Real program, kicking your brain's ass once and for all and making the shift to manage your mind. This is the best 5-week coaching program to get you the results that you've been waiting for. If you want to understand your brain and your thoughts as to why you get depressed, if you want to stop feeling like shit about yourself, if you want to get off the freaking couch and start living again, want to stop your mind from spiraling down the black hole. And then there's your anxiety. How's your anxiety? You want to kick it to the curb once and for all? We are going in, ladies, and we are going deep. I hope you're ready for this. You give me 5 weeks. That's it. 5 weeks this new year. You will learn the mastery of your own mind, the tools to pull you out of the pit, and finally get the program you've been waiting for. Some of you, your whole life. Make the shift, move the needle, or I give you your money back. That's how confident I am in this program, soon to be your program to set yourself free. The Get Real for Real program coming in 2022. Okay, let's do this. Today's topic is True North and authentic communication. Ooh, it's a big one. It's a good one. We're just going to touch base with it right now. So pick someone in your life that you want to have a better relationship with. Anyone. Pick that person and let's begin. So a lot of times in coaching, questions that come up often is, how do I help myself? How do I help my children? How do I help my friend? Whatever it is. With children, it's how do I help them, navigate better, become better adults? How do I get along better with my husband or my mother-in-law, son, daughter? How do I build a better relationship with these people that I love so much? And you're not going to like this, but the best place is to begin is to be present with your own life first and foremost. It always starts with you, regardless of what's going on with the other person. And this is a lot, right? People will come and say, how do I change that other person? How do I help that other person? Oh my gosh, you can't. You have to start with you. And when you're having a conversation with this other person and it becomes very frustrating or sad or gives you anxiety or whatever it's doing to you, I want you to remember first that there's no room for judgment, okay? You have to learn how to step out of your judgment or your defensiveness when you're talking, especially when it's your kids. I mean, that is so hard to do. You have to own your own stuff. It's yours. Apologize if and when needed and set boundaries. Listen to them and set a boundary if you need to. You must live in your life first so that they can learn how to live in theirs, right? With children, it's all about modeling. And no one's perfect at this, but modeling good behavior always starts with you. If it's somebody that is a friend or an adult, you're teaching them how to treat you when you do that, right? You don't let people just walk all over you. You have to set boundaries. But again, you have to do your own work first before you can have a better relationship with someone else. Because once you do that, the rest will follow. Practice living your highest self. Well, God, how does somebody do that? It sounds very woo-woo, but it's not. It's simple. And one of the ways to do it is to catch yourself when your ego is directing you to defend yourself in a conversation. That's a red flag. When you begin to defend yourself, red flag, see it in your brain, realize that the connection has been broken. Your ego has completely hijacked your brain. It has completely taken away your logic and your neutrality on the subject that you're discussing, and your emotions have kicked in. And the reason that we don't like to take responsibility for our behaviors is because your ego is a right fighter. And I've heard this term over and over, and I think it's one that we all need to know. If you are a right fighter, and what I mean by that is as long as your brain believes that you are right, your ego automatically wins. You could be as wrong as hell, but if your brain believes you're right, your ego wins. And as soon as you open yourself to the other person's side, or you apologize, which, makes you feel a little bit vulnerable if it's a true apology, your right fighter brain feels like it lost. It lost the battle. And of course, the complete opposite is true. When you are vulnerable and authentically apologetic, and I'm not talking about the pleaser kind of apology, I'm talking about the real deal apology, you instantly connect with the other person, and all those previous warrior up defensive thoughts take a back seat. So practice, instead of thinking, I am right, I'm right, or the opposite, I am wrong, simply drop into authenticity and think of what feels good to say. What sounds more like you than your ego talking? And that could be anything, but I want you to find it. Put your hand on your heart. If you're on the phone talking to someone, just put your hand on your heart, pat it gently, take a simple pause and breathe, and check in with yourself. What's the sentence? What's the string of words? What's the thought that feels more like connection? It's there. If you listen, it's there. It's right there waiting for you. As I mentioned, it's November. I'm currently not taking on any new clients for the rest of the year. Those of you that are still with me, hooray, I love you. And those that want to work with me in the new year, I look forward to that in 2022. This is Tammy Baskey reminding you that your mind always matters. Thanks for listening. See you next week.